Welcome to BC Outdoor Sport Fishing with your host, Mike Mitchell. BC Outdoor Sport Fishing is brought to you by your Toyota BC dealers, Rapala, Kingfisher, Yamaha, and the Pacific Salmon Foundation.
Hello everybody, welcome to BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. I'm your host, Mike Mitchell. Today we're fishing with Kevin Estrada from Sturgeon Slayers. Kevin, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me back.
Where are we?
We're going to fish the upper Fraser Canyon here for sturgeon. It's late September, beautiful day, and see what we can get.
And the fish up in this canyon are very unique compared to the ones that are down in the Fraser Valley area. Talk a little bit about those fish.
Well, as you can see behind us, the river is much tighter, so these fish are fighting that current their whole life, and they're a little bit, built a little bit different. They're sort of the athletes of sturgeon, and they put up a really good fight, so it's a pretty unique place to fish for them.
Okay, and they got the elongated shovel noses, whereas the one down the coast have that blunt nose, right?
Yeah. A lot of them that we're tagging up here are not touched. They're not tagged fish. They're virgin sturgeons, and it's quite unique, and hopefully we can even get maybe a couple smaller fish and get to show the audience sort of the health of the population.
Sure. And Sturgeon Slayers mottos: catch, record, release.
Yeah, and we're going to do that again today and show everybody how it works, and we've actually got a little bit of a surprise if we do get a recapture.
Yeah.
We're going to phone it in and see where that fish has come from, where he was tagged, and,
awesome.
And where he's been.
That's exciting. That's great. Well, you know what? We can sit here, stand on this bank of the river all day. It's a beautiful view, but I'd rather be on the water with lines in. What do you say?
Let's go.
Let's get in the boat. All right.
We got a little guy.
Oh, Kev, here we go. First fish.
Not bad. Early in the morning here, and in the Fraser Canyon, and just got a little guy here.
You gotta step back a sec there, bud.
Just got a
It's
little
all right.
guy. Yeah.
A few minutes into the trip.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
It's a nice little guy, and it's always good to show these fish. And
oh, cute.
Where is he? Oh, a little bit of a scrapper.
Oh,
very cool.
Another small one. You're saying we got a picture of you with smaller fish the other day, this is great because this means they're reproducing up here too, right?
Oh, absolutely, and it's very everybody wants to get that big fish, but it's very cool to see these size of fish too as well. So we'll get them in here in the cradle and tag them and scan them and do our thing.
All right, Kev, so take that weight off, eh?
Yeah, good thing to get the weight off always first before bringing in the fish, even if they're just little guys like this. Very cool to see this size here. There he is here.
Barbless hook.
Yep.
Pop it out and gone. I'll set this in the rod holder here.
Okay. Very cool.
And I will do the...
So we just put a little bit of water inside the cradle here, so he's happy for a little bit there as we scan and do our thing. So he's not tagged. We're gonna just tag him here, Mike, and left side, just behind his head. Right there, he's in there.
Verify scan tag.
Okay, so tag number is 0A1366113.
Fork length.
That is 62.
Girth.
Girth is 22 and a half. So when we do a measurement, Mike, with the fish, we're doing it from the nose, left side, all the way through to the fork of the tail. Mm-hmm. And that's important because then you get an accurate reading of what the fish is, and that's how we do it with the Conservation Society. Sure. We're doing all this work with the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society to basically gain knowledge on these fish, find out their growth rate, where they're traveling to, and all those sorts of things. So it's very informative, and we're learning more each year.
Yeah, and you were saying too that if we get a recaptured one, we could phone in. I mean,
Yeah.
you got something set up for something special. It's going to be really cool here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can phone in, check out where this fish has been
Yeah.
caught before, so we get an idea of where they're coming from and how they're migrating through, and if they're moving around. And
Absolutely.
really neat
Yeah,
stuff,
no,
right?
it's very cool. So we're going to, I'll show you this fish here. He's just nicely.
Yeah.
Happy
And again,
here
he's in the cradle, and
We've just put some water in there just to keep
Yeah.
him going, and there he is.
this is a great sign again, because again, this means that there's fish that are reproducing up here.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
very cool. So we're not going to take too much longer. I usually hold fish at this size in the water just gently until they're ready to fight me. And just hold them like that, and then once they're ready to go, he's going to give me a nice kick. And there he goes. So that's a great first fish of the day here, Mike, and
Yeah.
it's very cool actually to see that size. So
Yeah.
we'll keep traveling around, maybe fish this for a little bit longer, and then head up.
Sounds good.
There's more BC Outdoors sport fishing right after this break. Closed captioning is provided by Ace Line Hauler, the only prawn trap puller built West Coast tough.
What do we got here, Kev?
Well, we've been here less than 5 minutes here, and we've got oh, a nice little guy. Yeah,
Little sturgeon.
little guy. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's we've actually had a little nibble on line one there as well. So looks like they're biting today, and
So we'll tag and process this fish, though, right?
absolutely, yeah. What we're gonna do is put some water in the cradle, and then get our tagging stuff ready and bring him in.
Okay. Do you want to deal that, and I'll bring this guy the rest of the way in? Well, that's what it feels like to bite a fish again. It's been a while.
Nice little guy here. There he is, second fish of the day. We've been in this area about 15 minutes, and good sign, right, Mike?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a really good sign. I'm excited about this fish only because it means that they're reproducing.
yes,
This is a good thing.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
how old do you think this fish should be, Kev?
Well, what happens in the first couple of years of growth, they grow pretty quickly, and then
Yeah.
after that, they grow about an inch a year.
Okay.
So this fish here, I would say, is between 6 and 10 years old.
Wow.
You know, they grow very, very slowly, right?
Yeah.
And so when we do see these bigger fish, we have an idea, you know, how
100
many
years.
years are
Yeah.
behind them. It's pretty interesting. right?
Amazing.
So,
Cool.
so we're
okay.
going to scan them here. 0A1
0A1
366
366
105
10.
apple. So 0A1 366
Let's
105
get this guy
apple.
back in the water. Have a quick shot of him.
There he
Gorgeous
is.
looking fish.
Yeah, cool looking fish. As
Again,
you
look
can
at
see,
the nose. That's
Yeah.
that's the coolest part about these fish.
there's the nose, long nose, and these already his scutes in this up here get sort of silted off.
Oh,
right?
really?
And so they're not as sharp as you can feel. They're not as
yeah.
bad as they
Yeah.
they are in the lower river. So already this guy is starting to lose his scutes. Very cool. So again, I always hold them at this size, just sort of one hand until they're ready to go, and
Gone.
just like that.
Nice job.
Yeah, good start to the day.
Okay, well, let's get this processing equipment away and let's get the rods all back in and let's hook another one.
Here we go.
All right.
Learning with the pros. Brought to you by your Toyota BC dealers.
We had some excellent feedback on a recent article we wrote for BC Outdoors magazine regarding jet boating. Before I get into some of those tips, I'd like to stress the importance of actually taking a jet boating course or getting out on the river with somebody with a high experience level. First and foremost, you have to understand the characteristics and be able to see the dangers that present themselves in the river. Some of these dangers are shallow water, which presents by having a riffle effect, deeper water, which presents with a little bit of a white cap wave, and boulders, which will show water coming over top or a vortex of water. A good idea is to know where that middle channel is. Middle channel presents with foam or a bubble looking area. If you find yourself in trouble, take a look around. Shoreline will usually give a good indicator of where the deeper water is. Take that bank or the middle channel as opposed to a shoreline that elongates out into the river. That's going to represent shallow water and could be trouble. For more tips, visit us at bcoutdoorsmagazine.com.
Is he there again? Yeah. He's there. He's on. He's on. He's on, Kev. He's on, Kev.
Nice fish. Maybe. Yeah, we got a nice fish here, Mike.
Good.
He's going to come up for maybe a jump here. He's coming up right now. Just behind the boat a little bit.
What we're talking about is you got this rock crop here. You can kind of see it on my right here. And you're saying it goes right up to the point. So if we get a big fish, like in here, we're going to have to do some evasive action here. But this one seems to be a bit more manageable, eh?
He is, but he's likes to go into the boat right now. So we want to keep the line away from the boat as best we can.
Yeah.
Sort of let him go. You can just take that line around me. There you go.
We got a little tangled up.
There he is.
What did that guy take? What bait are you using on that one, Kevin?
We're using eel.
Yeah.
There he is.
Seen him yet?
Yeah, I got a little glimpse of him. He's a nice little 3-footer.
Nice. And we'll do the tagging and stuff on this guy again and
Yeah, absolutely.
show him off.
These rods are holding up nicely here.
Good.
Now, are these the rods that you actually helped design?
Yeah. Yeah. When we were talking to a new sturgeon one, we wanted to get the handles, which we wanted to go with the Duracork handles on these, obviously just because in and out of the rod holders. Ah, beautiful fish. Right? And then we also put this flat spot up here to give you something to center your hand, right?
Right.
If you see guys reeling in, their hands are always turning all the time.
Right.
And what that does is kind of solidifies that.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
makes a nice flat spot. Add a nice rod hook keeper here and stuff.
Okay,
it's
so what
good.
I'll do, Mike, is I'll give this to
Yep.
you, and I'm
Sure.
going to go to shore right here, and
Okay.
we'll do everything on shore. So.
Okay.
Okay, so Mike, this is going to be our third fish today that we've tagged.
Nice.
So obviously great for the Fraser River Conservation Society and our tagging program to gain a little bit more knowledge on these fish up here. Obviously it's pretty cool. I mean, so we've now tagged 50,000 fish from roughly the Yale area down to the mouth, and we've got samples from 92,000 fish.
Yep.
Always keep their head underwater. That's obviously a key thing when you're handling sturgeon. So I just sort of hold them and let them, basically gain their strength back and hold them here. And when he's ready to go, he's going to go. So
Yeah. Cool.
So we're going to release him now. He's getting ready to go.
Gone. Nice
Just
job,
like
Kev.
that. Yeah.
Let's tend to the rest of those rods and see if we can get another one here.
Okay.
Something a little bit bigger.
There's more BC Outdoors sport fishing right after this break. Let's get back on the water with BC Outdoors Sport Fishing.
Oh yeah. Michael.
Here, bigger?
A little bit bigger.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go, that's better. Nice fish.
A little bit bigger, isn't it?
I think so. I didn't feel that last one you had on, but I think he's got to get a little bit more size to him. How quick that bite is, eh? He went right on it and... There he is. Look at that. Let's look at the rod tip going.
Nice fish, Mike.
So we're okay here because, like I said, we talked about the rocks on that side before, but
Yeah.
this is pretty good to fight them. I got to pull.
Yeah, no, it's good, and like I said, we're right on shore here, which is perfect.
So we've got these new benthos reels we're trying out, and they kind of designed them for bottom fish out in the ocean, but they're actually really good sturgeon reels.
Yeah, they are.
They've done a great job of them. They got the high-low speed on them, and they got a great drag system on them. I'm trying to keep them away from those rocks over there. And what you really want in a sturgeon reel is to be able to lock that drag down. And we can do that with this reel. We can lock it right out, so there's no pull on it if you have to, right?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that's also for fishing good too. But a lot of times in sturgeon fishing, you get hooked up on rocks and you're having to pull off of stuff, and you want to be able to give it some power, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's sort of
a lot. We had a tap on that other rod there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you want to be able to, in the last case scenario, put it all the way down and, try and stop that fish if you need to. So
this guy's not huge by any means. Oh, there's bubbles. There he is. Nice fish.
Nice fish, Mike.
It's getting bigger.
A little bit bigger each time.
They are really getting. They are. It's funny how they're sizing up. We want to get his big brother. So we'll take this one in again. Yep. Put this guy in the system.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to leave this rod in here. We'll loosen the drag, put the clicker on, and if we get something bigger, we're going to have to run back to the boat.
Okay. Oh, this one's been scanned.
We've got to tag fish. So this is
good conditioned fish.
So these fish have been getting a little bit bigger. We're going to. This one was a recap.
Yep.
So we're going to call this in, and we'll find out where this guy was caught before, and we'll go from there. We'll let you guys, the viewers, a little bit of, it's kind of something cool that we've never done before, right?
Well, we'll be able to see when this was caught.
So he's getting ready to go here, so I'm just going to point him a little bit deep, and there he goes. Just like that.
Gone.
Fourth fish, 3 tagged, 1
Nice.
recap.
Nice.
Good day so far.
Let's get to the good stuff here. I'm really interested in finding out about this fish.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Kev, so we made the quick phone call, got our cell reception here, and we got some information on that last fish that we caught, and it had already been tagged. So let's talk a bit about that, right?
Yeah, the first time he was actually caught and tagged was in 2008, and he was 96 centimeters long. Yeah. So 2 years later, he was recaptured, and he was then up to from 96 to 108.
Yep. And
then 2 years later, we've managed to get him again. And now he's 113.5 centimeters. Yeah. So he's grown, 17 and a half centimeters since 2008, and was a very healthy fish.
And the other information we got from this that we found really, really interesting was the fact that he's in those years, he's only moved about 15 kilometers in that river.
Oh, yeah.
Like from the first place where he was tagged to the last place we caught him and checked him, it's only been 15 kilometers.
Yeah.
So which tells you that some of these fish stay right in their little area. If the feed's there, they're going to stay, right?
Absolutely, and he seemed to been growing just fine and a happy, healthy fish. So it was pretty cool.
All right, time to catch some more, right?
Here we go.
All right.
And now, here are all the secrets of our tackle and gear.
Hello, folks. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the gear that we've been using on today's episode. We started out with these Rapala R-type sturgeon rods, 8-foot model. Paired it up with 2 different reels, the Monster 3.0, and this one happens to be the Benthos reel, which is brand new to the lineup this year. Both reels were spooled up with 130-pound Suffolk braid. And Kevin, this is where I rely on you now to share your secrets.
Well, we had our basic setup, which you can see on BCOutdoorsMagazine.com. It's basically a bead, swivel, and then our 60-pound mono suffix that we're using, and we do between 2.5 and 3 feet, and then we obviously are using the Gamakatsu 9/0 barbless hooks, and it seemed to work pretty well for us today.
But again, the main reason we're fishing this mono line is less damage to those fish when they start rolling up in it, right? And that's something that you and a couple different guys are using, but most guys are using another braid type line, which tend to cut into the fish, right?
Yeah, I like to use this because obviously you can feel if there's any imperfections on the line as well. I change my leader after every fish, and actually throughout the day, if we're not getting fish on that braid, it's really tough to see any abrasion marks or feel them, and it's softer on the fish if they do get wrapped in it. So again, it's a sturgeon handling practice. Sure. It's a care for the fish, and it seems to work well for us.
Right. And then we introduced something new to you too on the boat this weekend. We put on the new Scotty Orcas for you. Not so new, but new to you.
Yep.
And they've worked well.
Yeah,
worked well.
I'm definitely stealing them from you.
Yeah, they're yours. All right. Okay, folks, we're going to follow up with a quick list of the items we've been using on today's episode. Grab your notepads, take some notes.
All tackle and gear is available at Steveston Marine and Hardware.
Well, Kev, hate to say it, the light's fading. We got to make our way back home to the coast and deal with some stuff there. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pull the pin. We had a great day though. I mean, we did some things that were pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got to tag 3 fish.
Yep.
We got to call in a recap,
Yep.
and which we haven't done before. And
Yep.
Overall, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a great day out here, great jet boat ride, great scenery, and we got to try out some of that new gear that you guys helped design.
Yeah. You know, the biggest thing that we want people to know is that these fish that we caught on today's episode are not really indicative of the fish that are up here. I mean, we fished up here 2 years ago and we had that 7'2" brute that literally put me through the paces. And we had a couple fish on. We had one fish on that was a good size earlier. They kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's the way it is. It's fishing, right? But I've been following you on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and I know there's a reason why we wanted to come up and film with you, and I've seen it. There are some absolute monster fish in here, and we've been up here for a full day on the river and haven't seen a jet boat. Yeah. It's amazing.
No, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool area, and we appreciate all the business that we get from your company and the publicity and the help that you've lent to us. So from us to you, thank you.
Thank you, Kev. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us today on BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. We look forward to having you join us again. Stay tuned during the credits. We've got some questions that we're going to answer for you from Facebook and Twitter.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing has been made possible by your Toyota BC dealers. Rapala, crafted from experience. Yamaha, what kind of Yamaha are you? Kingfisher, fish the good times. The Pacific Salmon Foundation, bringing them back stream by stream. Along with
Okay, Kevin, the first question comes from John Conroy, and his question is, since we've been taking information, tagging, measuring sturgeon, what is the average you're catching?
Well, I guess it would have to depend on where you're fishing. The lower Fraser River, Chilliwack Mission and below has a higher population of fish, so you're going to have an average catch of the smaller fish as well.
Sure.
I found personally as I go up higher, Hope to Yale, and then up in the Fraser Canyon, our average size, although today we didn't show it, is usually a little bit bigger than what we've been getting today.
Okay. All right, folks, make sure you send your questions to Facebook and Twitter, and we'll be sure to answer them on a future episode.